Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for my sales pitch presentation. I'm Eric Brown, and this is Lacey. Lacey is a 5-year-old poodle mix rescue that came with a few issues. She started her life as a breeding dog in a puppy mill, so when I got her she was afraid of everyone and everything. Toys, treats, balls, and at the very beginning she was even afraid of me. The only time I could get her to act like a quote-unquote normal dog was out on our walks. I learned pretty quickly that the longer we walked and the more she ran, the more she'd open up at home and the more she'd trust me. So I thought I'd go out and buy a retractable leash. It was really great. As long as I was in a safe place, she could run out all her energy with a radius of 26 feet. It cut the time until she was exhausted in half. But these leashes do have some problems. They only have 2 settings, full movement and locked. The lock is absolutely necessary if your dog decides to run out into the street and you need to stop them right away. But if you lock the leash at 12 feet and they decide to come back to you, the leash drags on the ground, it gets dirty, and almost always gets tangled in their legs. So I looked online. I looked up all the options available, and there were leashes with flashlights, built-in compartments, retraction slowing mechanisms, and all sorts of bells and whistles, mostly good ideas. But none of them really solved my problem. I did find one that had a knob to control the length of the leash, but it still just locked it if you pushed the button. It would drag on the ground still and get tangled in their legs. What I decided I needed was a leash that would automatically reset the length of the leash every time you hit the button. That way, you were always in control of how long the leash is, and it wouldn't fall on the ground. This design would offer a number of upsides. It prevents the user from having to lock and unlock the leash frequently. The button would still achieve the same result as a lock. It stops them from going further instantly. And it stops the leash from dragging on the ground and getting dirty and tangled. The downsides to this design are exactly the same as other retractable leashes. There is an increased chance that you could injure yourself or your dog while using it if you don't use it right. And users must always pay attention to their dog and their surroundings. This design just makes it easier to limit your danger area and maintain control. If it seems simple, that's because it is. All you really need is one button for full function. And there'd only need to be one step, since it's a very simple, but very useful, function change. And there are no new terms or jargon you'd need to understand. It's as simple as pushing a button and setting the new length of the leash. And the real beauty of this design is that anybody who's used a retractable leash before should be able to figure it out. There's no new knobs or dials that you have to learn. It's the exact same button layout. We'd also ensure that it's tested extensively before it's sent out for sale. And we'd incorporate features of other successful brands, such as durable materials. And it would be easy to adopt because there's really no difference between this and old designs. And it would be easy to return it if you needed to, provided that they gave a reason for returning it.